everybody, it's your girl Cherish Walteezy back with another one. Today's video will be going over how to cop the Air Jordan 1 University Blues. You guys heard me. We will be figuring out how to grab a pair of these Air Jordan 1 UNCs. You already know how crazy these kicks are, and these shoes are about to be a problem. They released this Saturday, so make sure you guys get your pen, get your paper, and let's get going. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button, and also make sure to give this video a big thumbs up because you guys are going to love the information I'm about to tell you. Without further ado, let's go ahead and get into this video and figure out how to cop these kicks. So first and foremost, let's go ahead and get into the release details. So if you did not already know, you guys are crazy. But if you did not already know, these shoes will be releasing this Saturday, March the 6th. They will be coming out at 9 a.m. Central Time. Men's sizes will be retailing for $170 US. Grade school is going to be $130 US. Preschool is going to be $80 US, and then we have toddlers coming out for $60 US. Go ahead and talk about stock numbers. I've heard multiple people say that the stock numbers for these kicks are going to be around 130,000 pairs. So that is including all of the sizes I just mentioned and all of the worldwide locations that are going to be getting these shoes. So if you really wrap your mind around that, 130,000 pairs are freaking next to none. Like, I'm talking mad limited. So this release is going to be no joke to play around about. Definitely going to be a limited shoe. If you guys think the Jordan 1s, what they call, you guys think the Jordan 1 mochas were hard to get, these shoes are going to be even worse. I think this is like less pairs than the mochas even were, and you guys already know how much of a problem that release was and how crazy those shoes are doing resale wise today. Even though it's very low numbers, it doesn't even matter, y'all. We're going to try to get our hands on a pair of these joints. They will be dropping once again this Saturday, one of the main drops of this week. So make sure you guys are not sleeping on this release. Literally, it is at 9 a.m. So make sure you're up in time. Let's take a look at what these shoes are running for on Go first. Whoa. All right, so as of right now, to this day on Go, if I wanted to try to get my size a 10.5 in men, they are reselling for $438 right now. So, you know, that's pretty high. That's pretty high for a release that hasn't even happened, not even gonna lie. So it looks like right now, like a 3.5 to a 5. There's just offers. They don't even have the size listed on Go. And then 5.5 is $875. A 6 is $1,999. Like, from a 5.5 to a 7 is doing numbers. And then everything else is like $450, $440, $430 to $500. So 5.5 to a 7 is going crazy. And then also from 14 to 16 is going crazy. This is definitely kind of like a girl color, so definitely would lean towards smaller sizes and the grade school. So grade school, with it being cheaper, will definitely be a nice pickup if you're trying to grab these shoes just for resale purposes. So grade school for GOAT is going for like literally around the same numbers. I can see reselling these shoes going anywhere from about $400 to $500 or so dollars. For the men's sizes, I definitely think grade school is going to be right there. As we can see, I can see anywhere from about $400 to $450, maybe just a little less than men's sizes, but definitely going to be some resale potential right there. I mean, why not buy a cheaper shoe and make nearly just about as much money? May even be something that is worth even more money in the long run. So if you have some pairs to hold on to, I would try to do so. I mean, UNCs, everyone always loves this colorway for the spring colors. Appeals to men, appeals to women, appeals to children. A resale shoe, I'm telling y'all. All right, enough about the shoes in the release. Let's get into the nitty gritty and figure out how are we going to get our hands on a pair of these shoes. I say this all the time whenever I mention how to cop, but I freaking mean it. A great way to secure a pair even before the release day is by entering raffles. There's not a limit on how many raffles you can enter, so I would enter as many raffles as possible. It's just a matter of finding the raffles. Most of the raffles are free. Most of the raffles don't require you to put any of your bank information or card information down before you even win the pair. So why not do it? Why not secure your pair before the release date? I'm gonna let you guys know some of the raffles that are going on for these UNCs. So make sure you guys go ahead and enter those raffles as soon as this video is over. So some of the raffles that I am currently aware of is Foot Locker, Foot Action, and Champs. These locations are all a part of the Flex app. So whenever you do enter these raffles, if you do have any head start points, now is the time to use them. Some other locations that will have raffles for this release is also Jimmy Jazz, Shoe Palace, SNS, and Chic. Go ahead and go to the releases tab. Enter your raffles for as many sizes as you can, as many places as you can, online if you can. I'm going to go ahead and put a couple of links down below in the description. They'll let you know some locations that have open raffles for what area, and they'll also let you know what places are releasing these shoes on the release day. So make sure you go check that down below. You can enter these raffles on multiple different accounts. All you need is different emails and phone numbers. So I would make multiple accounts with Champs. All these places, Hibbit, Foot Locker, friends and family make an account. Enter them in for you on your size. You just enter as many raffles as you can, increases your chances of grabbing these shoes. All right, so I know what you guys are saying. The raffles have closed and you guys took fat L's on all of the raffles. You didn't manage to pick up a pair. What do you do now? If this does happen, all you have left is the release day. With that being said, all of the places that I mentioned that have raffles, they will be releasing the shoe also on the release day. I think other than SNS and Chic. But the other locations that I mentioned will be having the shoes on the release day, and they will all be having the shoes released at 9 a.m. Central Time. Even though all of these locations are getting the shoes and will be releasing the shoes on the release day, they may not have the most stock of the shoes. As we mentioned in the beginning of this video, there's already a very low amount of pairs even made of these shoes. So it's going to be even lower for what shoes are in what locations. I literally never enter on foot sites. I never do. On Champs, Hibbit, I never try to enter those locations on the release day because it's like no hope. They either crash, they either just fail, or they're sold out. With that being said, you want to make sure you are on the Sneakers app. The Sneakers app is going to have the most amount of pairs available. Let's go ahead and talk about how to finesse sneakers a little bit. Sneakers normally works best when you use it on a phone as like an app. So if you use it on a phone or iPad, as long as you use it in app form, because that's what it's supposed to be. I have heard that people have been having some success on the actual computer recently. So if that's something you want to give a try, feel free to do so. I do all of my cops on the app. I was once told that Sneaker was created to be used as an app, and that is how it works the most successfully. So I try all of my cops on an app, and I would recommend the same for you. Before the release date even comes, you need to make sure you have your Sneakers app all set up and ready to go. I cannot say this enough. It's too easy to mess up with sneakers, so you don't want to do that. What I mean by that is you want to go ahead and go to the settings tab. Make sure all of your information is already pre-filled in. Your name, your address, your phone number, your email, your size, your payment method, your shipping address. All of these things are very important in the decision of if you are going to see got 'em or L. And we don't want to see the L. The most important thing that I think you should have ready in the settings section of sneakers is your shipping address and your payment method. Those are the two things that slow everyone down. So with shipping address, you want to make sure you have your address ready to go. And then also for payment method, do not, I repeat, do not, if you can, use a credit card. Don't use a credit debit card. Don't use that stuff at all. I recommend that you use Apple Pay. Apple Pay is the best way to use because what happens is you can go ahead and set up Apple Pay on your Apple device. So make sure your card is already in your wallet so you have no complications on that end. Hopefully you know how to use an iPhone and do all of that if you even know what Apple Pay is. But most definitely have Apple Pay set up under the Sneakers app. Make sure that is the only payment that is listed under your payment method, because if it's not, Sneakers is going to try to choose between the two. So don't even have a debit or credit card listed in there. Just have Apple Pay so that whenever you're going to pay, it's going to ask for your Face ID and it's going to load and confirm you're good to go. If you use your credit or debit card, it is going to ask for the last 3 digits on the back of the card. That is going to slow you down. I'm telling you, that right there is an instant L. As soon as you see that pop up, L, just know. So make sure you have it set up as Apple Pay. Do not include anything else. Something else I like to mention is setting up multiple sneakers account. That is the best way you are going to get a pair of these shoes. With that being said, all you need is multiple email addresses and multiple devices. So if you can use your phone, your iPad, your TV, if possible. I don't even know. I just made that up out the dome. Hopefully you can. If you can use all of those things, download the Sneakers app or go to the Sneakers website and use your different accounts on each of those devices. With the different accounts set up, you can use your personal email. If you have more than one personal email, you can use all of those. You can use your work email, you can use your church email, you can use your mom's email, and then also you just need multiple different phone numbers. So with that being said, you can use your cell phone number, your work number, your mom's cell phone number, baby mama's cell phone number, your granny's cell phone number. You can use all of these as long as it receives a text message to confirm. But once you do all of that, you can set up these accounts. With all of these accounts, make sure the information I listed above is already confirmed and ready to go in the settings tab. That way you can boom, boom, boom on every app. If you are going to have multiple different accounts that you're going to try on, make sure you change up the address a little bit if you cannot use different addresses. For me personally, I try to use different addresses. Basically, Sneakers has a way of telling if you are having multiple shoes shipped to one address, and they will deny you and give you that. That's the safest route. If you can't have different addresses because you don't have different addresses available to you, then change up the addresses a little bit. So instead of putting street, put ST on one of the accounts. Instead of putting drive, put DR on one of the accounts. Or you can put room 1, room 2, room 3 at the end, like it's like an apartment or something. If you are entering on multiple different accounts for multiple different devices, make sure the devices are not all logged into the same Wi-Fi. I've heard that Sneakers monitors the IEP addresses. I don't know a whole lot about that, but to be on the safe side, you might as well just not have them all on the same Wi-Fi if possible. You can have one on the Wi-Fi, you can have one on your cellular data, you can have one on your neighbor's Wi-Fi, you can have one on the school Wi-Fi, you can, change it up, the hotspot. Whatever you can do to try to make these devices on different Wi-Fis. If you can't do that, try to only have 2 on the same thing, and maybe 2 different, 1 different. And also I try to tell people, don't have too many accounts. I know Sneakers kind of monitors them. I wouldn't say having more than 4. I wouldn't recommend that just because it gets messy. If you also want to do all of your cops on the computer, you can try the Sneakers app on the computer. And also I heard Hibbett City Gear was pretty good on the computer as well. So those are 2 locations that I would recommend to start off first if you are strictly trying to get this release on the computer. So guys, that is about all of the tips and tricks your girl got for you on how to cop the Air Jordan 1 University Blues, guys. Like I mentioned, this is going to be a crazy release. These shoes are going to be problematic. People are going to be trying to grab these joints. Everybody's going to be trying to get all sizes. I would not sleep. Don't forget, these shoes drop this Saturday, March the 6th at 9 a.m. Central Time. And don't forget the locations that I mentioned. Check out the links down below letting you know raffles and locations that will be having these releases. If you guys have any additional questions or anything else you want to talk about, definitely make sure to drop a comment down below. If you guys are new to the channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button for your girl. Also, make sure to give this video a big thumbs up. I really appreciate all of the love and support you guys have been showing me so far. Hit that notification bell so you never miss a beat, y'all. Other than that, good luck to each and every one of you on this release, and I will catch you guys in the next one.